Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. So Tesla is struggling a bit to getting traction with the corporate car sales in Europe, but that could be about to change because Tesla is making some insane progress with their full self-driving software that will make any Tesla car just the perfect corporate car. And 12.4 is just about to be released and it should be next level according to Elon. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So just last week I talked about how Transport and Environment wanted to change the emission law on company cars because today 60% of new cars are registered by companies, most of which are large corporations. So the EU should set a target of 100% new car sales in corporation fleet to be electric by 2030, was Transport and Environment's advice. So maybe Tesla will get some help later on to get into the corporate car market if this law comes into play. But this has been a topic for quite some time that Tesla needed to find a way to sell more company cars. And back in 2021, Bloomberg also had an article on this topic with the title Tesla needs to crack Europe's 360 billion corporate car market. The EV maker's small service network and refusal to offer discount on bulk purchases makes it hard to compete with established brands. And only a couple of months ago we saw this article: Europe's biggest software company stops offering Teslas to employees, and that was because of all the price cut Tesla has been doing. So Saab SE will stop offering Tesla's electric cars to its employees, setting back Elon Musk's effort to grow in the company car market. So it all seems a little doom and gloom from what we have been hearing here from the mainstream media, and you would expect Tesla not doing very well in the corporate car market. But that is not actually the case. They seem to be holding a pretty steady sales of corporate cars, but there might be a bit of confusing data out there that I thought I would go through just so we can get a clear picture of what is actually going on. Because the data released by German Department of Motor Traffic revealed that Tesla's commercial customer share reached a new record high of 62 in April 2024 versus 53 in April 2023, as AJ also reported on X. So you can see from this chart here from AJ that the vast majority of new vehicles in Germany are bought by commercial customers, between 64 to 71%. So corporate cars are a huge part of the German car business, even bigger than the European average of 60%. So as AJ wrote on X, hence commercial buyers represent by far the most important buyer group. You can see from Tesla's much lower range of 24% to 57% before April that Tesla was underrepresented in this most important segment. But now Tesla is approaching a more average customer mix of 2/3 commercial and 1/3 private buyers, so that is very positive. But what we can't see from AJ's chart here is the reason why Tesla's corporate percentage is up. It is probably just because the private sales of Tesla's cars were very low in April, as you can also see on this chart from AJ himself. So if the corporate sales stay the same as in February, where Tesla sold more than 6,000 vehicles in Germany and the corporate percentage was 37%, so Tesla sold about 2,050 cars to the corporate sector. But in April, with only 1,637 units in total sales and a corporate share of 62, so that means that Tesla only sold about 1,015 corporate cars. So even though the percentage looks great, the corporate sales are actually down about half the size in April compared to February, even though they went from 34 to 62% share of the corporate cars. So even though it looks great on AJ's chart here, he might be forgetting the actual total sales numbers. So the Germans are still sitting pretty well on the corporate market in Germany, and they do offer discount when companies order a lot of cars, which Tesla don't. So Tesla has to offer something else. But one thing that might be a real game game changer is, of course, if Tesla in August reveals their full self-driving software is ready. Because even though we are not talking about robotaxis but Tesla's normal cars, they can all suddenly get this software and drive the company's employees around, and maybe even can split a car between employees as they can just drop them off at different places. Who knows? But one thing that could also happen, even if 100% full self-driving is not allowed in Europe anytime soon, well, Tesla's safety assist features will just jump up in quality by an order of magnitude. They already have the best safety assist features today according to Euro NCAP, but if the car can suddenly drive itself everywhere even though it's not allowed to do it, it could keep an eye on all the drivers to make sure that they don't make anything stupid, like not seeing a cyclist or a big truck in the blind spot, as Tesla's cars are seeing everything around it all the time and don't have a blind spot and is never distracted. So Tesla could potentially reduce the risk of an accident to basically nothing, even before it's allowed to drive on our roads without supervision, but just supervising us while we are driving. So this software that Tesla is making exponentially better within weeks at the moment could help Tesla get more traction in the big corporate market in Germany and the rest of Europe. And when we finally get full self-driving to be allowed in Europe, well, then of course Tesla will become the obvious choice for most companies anyway, as a car that can just drive all the employees everywhere they want to go and be much safer than a human driver. And if you needed to go to service, the car can just drive to the service center, no matter if it's a 2-hour drive away. But many might be thinking Lars is just dreaming again, as full self-driving cars are many years out in the future. But the progress we just heard from Elon is kind of mind-boggling. But firstly, apparently full self-driving version 12 initiated maneuvers and no nag is also coming to Europe. So this is a huge deal if that is getting allowed here, and will pave the road for full self-driving supervised to enter the market. So if this is the case, that would be a big deal and a huge step forward for Tesla to get real full self-driving cars to come to Europe. But I hear more screaming in the comment. But alas, Tesla cars cannot drive in Europe. They have been taught in the US. Well, we did see another great example of Tesla's full self-driving version 12 also working well in Europe, including Moldova, where we see it driving around very nicely. Another great example of what Tesla is creating is a general solution that will work all over the world. It only needs to learn the different laws, but the driving is no problem. If you put down a Waymo car in Moldova, it simply wouldn't move and would just be a $150,000 brick. Tesla's a $50,000 car with version 12 will drive anywhere you put it down on the planet. So we are seeing that the narrative that Tesla's full self-driving will not be able to drive in Europe is simply false. But more screaming is happening in the comments, I can hear it, but it will be years or a whole decade before Tesla solves full self-driving. Well, I would not be so sure of that, as Elon did give some more stats about the upcoming version 12 release, and boy are the progress insane, as he wrote on X to Holmars. By the way, 12.4 goes to internal release this weekend and limited external beta next week, roughly 5x to 10x improvement in miles per intervention versus 12.3. And we are getting updates on a weekly basis now, but the next one coming next week will be somewhere between 5 to 10 times better. That is an astonishing improvement in such a short time. Elon was not kidding when he said it should be really shining bright by late April or early May. Well, it sounds like it will be really shiny by next week, as it is already just so good. As Dalton Brewer also wrote on X, I took my first road trip in my Tesla using full self-driving version 12.3.6. My car drove me 366 miles with zero disengagement. I can confidently say full self-driving is the best technology I have ever experienced. And he also said, I should add, it also navigated through constructions very well. 366 miles without any disengagement. This is very impressive. To give some context, remember how GM's Cruise admitted back in November that their robotaxi relied on human assistance every 4 to 5 miles. And Dalton's Tesla just drove him 366 miles with zero interventions. There is really no comparison between what Cruise has built and what Tesla has. And that is the old version he drove 366 miles in. The next version will have 5 to 10 times less disengagements. I think that qualifies as shiny. But Tesla, of course, has the next update in the pipeline ready, as Elon continued. 12.5 will be out in late June. We'll also see a major improvement in miles per intervention and is single stack, no more implicit stack on highway. So the rate of improvement is just staggering. Can't wait to see how good this will be by, let's say, August the 8th. This insane progress of improvement just continues. Like Elon have said, this will happen. Can't wait for August the 8th. But Matthew also asked Elon when Cybertruck full self-driving, and Elon said 12.5. So by sometime next month, Cybertruck will also get full self-driving capabilities. Now that is awesome. Also because the car is also an awesome corporate car for construction companies that use pickup trucks a lot. Now they can get a pickup truck that doesn't dent, doesn't rust, it's all electric and can tow 11,000 pounds. But not only that, it can drive around the neighborhood and pick up 5 construction workers and drive them to the construction site. Or they can send the car without a driver to pick up some stuff or be loaded with dirt and drive to another site where someone will offload the dirt, but the company doesn't need anyone to drive the car. So Tesla might be struggling to get traction in the very important corporate market in Europe and maybe elsewhere, but soon their cars will become the perfect corporate car, as they will be able to drive themselves without any driver needed. So I don't think we have to worry so much about all these different aspects of Tesla's business. Elon is correct on just going all in on full self-driving, as this will change the automotive landscape forever, and every other car will feel obsolete. And it seems like Tesla is really getting there. And I still think the 8th of August 2024 will be a date that will go down in history. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.